Welcome to Post Sports Antelope Baseball, a Post Sports radio presentation live and free on Facebook and YouTube. This broadcast is made possible by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, the newspaper of record for Garza County since 1926. The Dispatch is the corporate sponsor of Post Sports Radio. Post Family Dentistry, small-town values, state-of-the-art care. Garza County Animal Hospital, a family atmosphere for family pets. KSSL Radio, playing the greatest country music ever recorded. The Will and Crystal Osborne family, proud supporters of the Bold Gold Nation. The Post Independent School District, we are Bold Gold. Carson Construction, Post-owned and operated. Call 806-626-3811. And now, here's the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show on postsportsradio.com.
Good morning and welcome to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Bogle Baseball, brought to you by the Post Dispatch. You are listening to the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show. Russ Moore is here with the play-by-play, and Jim Plummer is here with me keeping the books and adding commentary. Video of tonight's game is live and free on YouTube. We're coming to you from the friendly confines of Norm Cash Field as your Post-Bogle Antelopes are getting set to take on the Ropes Eagles. It is Saturday, March 15th, officially St. Patrick's Day weekend, so everybody celebrate appropriately and responsibly.
That's right.
And it is game number 3 of the District 4 2A season. The Bogle comes into this morning's contest seeking their first district win of the season after being swept by New Home this past Monday. Antelopes now have an overall record of 4-7 and are 0-2 in the district. Post is under the direction of Israel De Leon, who's in his first year at Post, and he is assisted by Jordan Aguilar. Now, Ropes enters this morning's contest with an overall record of 12-4 and a district record of 2-0 after dominating and sweeping the Smyre Bobcats on Tuesday. The Eagles are led by head coach Blake Jackson, son of legendary and coach and athletic director Lane Jackson. Blake is assisted by Nathan Flores, Joey Ibarra, and Eric Favila. Jim, will you lead us in prayer?
I will. Thank you. We'll begin you in prayer. We know yesterday was turbulent with the weather. We thank you for this beautiful day afterwards, which is usual and typical. We thank you for, Lord, taking care of us through this storm, and please bless those who may have been injured and lost property as well. We ask, Lord, to be with the players, the umpires, the coaches, all the participants on the field tonight, that things are safe, and may good sportsmanship glorify your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. When we come back, Jim Plummer will get us informed with the Post ISD report when the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show continues on Post Sports Radio.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose. Fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Hello. Good morning. This is the Post ISD report. It's brought to you by the Post Family Dentistry. Small town values with state-of-the-art care, and they are very good. It's who I trust my teeth to. Jim Plummer here with Russ Morris. It is spring break for the Bold Gold students and teachers, but the coaches and athletes continue the action as we are here today with a doubleheader. We are here to bring you the newly created doubleheader, as a matter of fact. It's supposed to be one game today. We'll do 2 for you. The schedule change will affect Tuesday's game, which means I guess both these teams will be off on Tuesday and not play according to the original schedule. Our very own Carter Petty, a sophomore at PHS, won the Sundown Pump Jack Invitational Golf Tournament last week, and he shot a 72. Congratulations, Carter Petty. In the stock show world, success was earned by 2 PHS seniors at the Houston show. Antelope third baseman Cooper Osborne, who won't be here today, and Lady Lope center fielder Hannah Krauser both did well. Now, Cooper, his medium wool lamb, made the sale, and for Hannah, she placed 12th, and also her medium wool lamb made the sale. I got that right?
Yes.
Thank you, Russ. Nonetheless, congratulations to both of them and anybody else who was down there and maybe didn't place or have the success. Hopefully they had a safe trip there and back. Meanwhile, junior Mason Wright has qualified for the state powerlifting meet by setting a regional record by squatting, get this, 670 pounds. Now remember, Mason competes in the 242 division. Is that right?
Yes, and do you want to know how he qualified for the state powerlifting meet?
Yeah, he squatted 670 pounds.
Well, that has a lot to do with it. So the top two in your division, the class that you compete with, qualify for the state. Or if you have a qualifying lift total. He lifted a total of 1,505 pounds, which is a qualifying total, so he advances to state.
All right, so Mason competes in the 242-pound division at the state meet, and that's coming up next Saturday at Abilene. He's supposed to lift about 830, so hopefully we'll keep track of that, and I'm sure on the high school, the school's Facebook page will be coverage, and we'll try to do the same on Post Sports Radio. Again, it's going to be March 22nd next Saturday. Good luck, Mason. Coming up soon, spring break will ended yesterday. Kids go back to school on Monday. PSR will live stream Lady Lope softball on Monday when New Home comes to play. The live stream begins at 4:45 here at David Nichols Park. And this has been the Post ISD Report, brought to you by Post Family Dentistry. Small town values, state-of-the-art care. This is the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show, and we'll continue in just a moment.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
Welcome back to the Judge Lee and Marcia Norman pregame show on Post Sports Radio. Russ Morris here alongside Jim Plummer, and we're coming to you live from Norm Cash Field here at David Nichols Park, and we're live and free on YouTube as your Post Bogle Antelopes take on the Ropes Eagles. Now, the last time these two teams faced off against each other was on March 8th of 2024, with the Eagles winning by a score of 18-7. Now, as we look at the district standings entering this morning's game, Ropes and New Home are tied atop of the district with a 2-0 district record. Ropes again at 12-4, and New Home in at 9 with a record of 9-4-1. Morton is in third with a 1-0 district record. They are, according to their standings and what I saw on Max Preps as well, they are 2-0 as well. Sundown is in fourth with Tahoka. Both have a 1-1 district record. Sundown at 4-5, Tahoka at 3-3. And of course, O'Donnell and Borden County, the two 1A schools that are classified in this district with us, they have yet to play each other. O'Donnell is 4-2-1, and Borden County is 0-2. Now, Smyre, Seagraves, and Post round out the bottom parts of the district. Seagraves is 0-1 in district, 0-4 overall. Smyre 0-2, Post 0-2. Post has a win-loss record of 4-7, and Smyre has a win-loss record of 2-5. Now here's Jim to recap how the games went on Tuesday.
All right, Tuesday the games went like this: Morton over Seagraves 11-1. Ira beat O'Donnell 10-0. Tahoka against Sundown, they won that one 11-7, 11-7 that is. And then the final score for the Smyre Ropes game was Ropes 25 and Smyre 3. And that's all I've got for today. Or do we have more down here? Also got, okay, so Morton and Seagraves played. Now that's just identical score, 11-1. May have been their second game of the day. We happened to us 23-0 last time.
I know Ropes and Smyre did play a doubleheader.
Okay, so Ropes and Smyre, two different scores. Ropes wins both of them 25-3 and then 19-3. Morton and Seagray's doubleheader, it looks like 11-1 in both games. And then that's all we got.
So the games being played today, Post and Ropes are playing a doubleheader. First pitch is scheduled here in about 5 minutes. The second game is they're shooting for 30 minutes after the first game concludes. Morton and Sundown are playing a doubleheader. Their first game begins at 11. Borden County is taking on Crosbyton. New Home is taking on Seagraves. And Smyre is taking on Tahoka. When we come back, we will have the starters for both teams and or the national anthem, as well as the first pitch here on Post Sports Radio, your go-to source for Bowl Gold Lady Lope sports.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Post Antelope Baseball is powered by Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving Post in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. Richie Rich Barbershop, Yo Hablo Español, a licensed local barbershop on East Main and Post. Call for info and an appointment at 806-706-8413. And Post Plumbing, Heating and Air. One call does it all. 806-577-1300. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Baseball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Bold Gold Baseball here on Post Sports Radio. Jim Plummer here with... I'm Russ Morris here with Jim Plummer. I'm getting everything mixed up.
There's only 2 of us here, Russ.
I haven't drinking all my Red Bull yet. Let's take a look and see who's taking the field first for Post. Starting pitching today, it's going to be number 18, Domingo Soto. Catching will be number 3, Eric Rodriguez. Number 13, Daniel Carroll at first base. Number 4, Colton Hawkins at second. Number 7, Landon Garcia at shortstop. Number 26, Brian Salcedo at third base. Number 10, Isaiah Moreno will be at left field. Number 5, Luca Perez will be at center field. And number 11, Cameron Menchaca, I believe, will be in right field.
Yes, that's correct. For the Ropes Eagles, coming into this game with a 2-0 district record, first of 2. Remember, we're playing a doubleheader today. Wasn't originally scheduled that way. Second game was scheduled for Tuesday at Rose, but we'll have both games here at Post. First game, Post will be the home team. Second game, Ropes will be the home team. But first game for Ropes, batting order like this, it'll be the second baseman, Mason Marmolejo, and then shortstop, Rylan Keith. Track Crow will be playing center field and batting third. Cade Franklin, the third baseman, will be in the fourth slot. Maddox Sierra will be the designated hitter, and he'll be hitting for Cutter Stumbo, the pitcher. He's in the fifth slot. Brady Bryan, the catcher, number 10, will be the sixth slot hitter. Elijah Soto, or Flores rather. We have Elijah Soto on our team. That's EJ. But Elijah Flores for the Ropes Eagles, first baseman, batting seventh. Bodie Franklin, the right fielder, in the eighth spot. And then Branson Simmental, the left fielder, will round out the order, Russ.
As we take a look at the batting. Oh, I guess you went through the. Let's look at the batting order for Post as well. Cameron Menchaca will be leading things off, followed by Luca Perez batting second, Landon Garcia batting third. Isaiah Moreno will be the cleanup hitter today. Eric Rodriguez will be batting fifth, Daniel Carroll batting sixth, Colton Hawkins batting seventh, Brian Salcedo batting eighth, and Daniel Young, the designated hitter, batting ninth. As we are about to get things underway here at Norm Cash Field at David Nichols Park. Once again, this is game number 3 of the District 4 2A season. District game number 4 will commence about 30 minutes approximately, we're hoping for, after this game ends. But as we found out on Monday, depends on when the officials get here.
Yeah, speaking of officials, one so far over there talking to Coach Aguilar and Coach De Leon, trying to figure things out. We're waiting for the second one to walk up. Both teams are ready to roll. They've been warmed up and ready to go, especially after, what do we have, 80-mile-an-hour gusts yesterday. And today things are looking good. A little bit breezy, but not windy like it was yesterday, thank God. And hopefully everybody at home didn't have suffer any damage. Did you happen to go by Higginbotham Bartlett here in Post?
I didn't, but I saw pictures of it. That was
goodness. Go by after
insane.
The game. Yeah, it's amazing. Their newest building out, that building would run north-south on the property on the back side, which would be the east side, totally gone. The brand new one, and it was attached to the old one, which also went with it, or most of it did. Just a terrible situation. So if you're looking for building materials today, it might be hard to come by here in Post.
Speaking of property damage, did you see what Pete Christie posted out there about what happened with Littlefield's roof of their press box?
Saw that. The whole upper level, which is there's a 2-story press box, the upper level ended up on the 50-yard line, so they suffered some damage there in Littlefield as well. Speaking of which, that was a Friday night, Russ. If that would have been a football night, we were playing Littlefield there, it would have been us up there, because that's where we were last time. We called the game from Littlefield.
Yeah, this wind has been ridiculous. Hopefully I don't think anybody that I know of lost power around here. I pray nobody did.
Well, downtown did a little bit because of that situation at Higginbotham. That whole building went up against a pole and probably damaged a wire or two. And anyway, that knocked some power out downtown. Hopefully they got it back this morning.
So
I know one of our sponsors, the Antelope Wash and Dry, posted on their Facebook page they were going to be closed yesterday due to the power outage and the weather in general. So they'll be back open today. So if you need to do some laundry, get by the Antelope Wash and Dry. It's brand new. It's on Broadway right next to Sonic. Can't miss it.
So the last time we played ropes, score was 18-7 when we played them last.
Correct.
Of course, that might have been a whole different. I know it was a completely different constructed team the way that it is now with us. But New Home Ropes has a lot of people coming back. A lot of them is Braden Hogg, first team All-District utility. Mason Marmolejo, District Offensive MVP. Bodie Franklin, Texas High School Baseball Association, second team All-State pitcher and outfielder. Colton Mortensen, first team All-District outfielder. Elijah Flores, second team All-District first baseman pitcher. Brady Bryan, first team All-District catcher. And Cade Franklin, Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association, first team All-State third base and pitcher. So this is the second team in a row that we've played with accolades and superlatives like this. So we're starting to see a pattern here as another team that will play later in the year like that will be Tahoka, but they'll have more of the district superlatives as opposed to the state superlatives. So with that in mind,
I think we need to take another break, Ross. First,
yeah.
I do want to mention we have a latecomer to our sponsorship list. They've been with us before in football. We're glad to have them here for the spring sports, spring ball, softball, and baseball. Bollinger, Seegers, Gilbert, and Moss, they're a full-service accounting firm committed to providing quality services to their customers, and they've been around for a long time. I was looking at their website yesterday, and I was like, my goodness. As a matter of fact, some of the founding members are not alive anymore, and they probably started in their 30s or 40s. And so nonetheless, if you're looking for a good accounting firm, either way, I know that Garza County uses them to do their books. So think about them if you're a big or small business or an individual. Give them a holler. That's BSGM. In short, Bollinger, Seegers, Gilbert, and Moss. Once again, a full-service accounting firm committed to providing quality services.
This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details are coming soon. Thank you for your patience. This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details. This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details are coming soon. Thank you for your patience. This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details are coming soon. Thank you for your patience. This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details are coming soon. Thank you for your patience. This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details are coming soon. Thank you for your patience. This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details are coming soon. Thank you for your patience. This event on Post Sports Radio is under a weather delay. More details are coming soon. Thank you for your patience.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Bowl Gold Baseball as we get set to begin district game number 3 of the first game of our doubleheader, as we are taking on the Ropes Eagles, who currently sit in first place in the district, along with New Home. Both have 2-0 district records. As you look on the screen, both the officials and coaches are meeting at the plate, and it looks like Post is going to be the home team.
Let me see what you got there. Yeah, the main camera's frozen. If you want to disconnect it and plug it back in, the main camera. No, that should be the backup camera. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Okay, we're good.
So anyway, a little behind-the-scenes stuff going on here. Anyways, you can see on your screen, both coaches and the two officials are gathering at home plate, and we're about to get things ready to go here at Norm Cash Field. So, Jim, with that in mind, what are 2 quick keys for the game for Post to pull off a massive upset today?
Well, they're going to have to hit the ball. Had a deficit in that against New Home the other day. Got to hit the ball and also reduce the number of errors in the field. Of course, I can't remember how many we had last time, but New Home just knocked the crap out of the ball, and mostly it was one hop to the fence. So it was, 3 home runs in the first game and doubles and triples in the second game. So when you're hitting the ball like that, I don't know what you do. You can't cover the whole field. There's always a soft spot out there, and they found each time they hit the ball, they found a soft spot.
Well, one team's hitting the ball like that, you kind of have to match the intensity. Now, it also doesn't help your chances when they have basically an all-state pitcher throwing stuff at the plate to you too. So
sure,
you're probably not going to, other than today, these are the only 2 schools that you're going to see that caliber of an arm. So it's not something that you're going to see throughout the rest of the district. But when you have your opportunities, you definitely need to capitalize.
We're glad to see that Landon Garcia is back as our shortstop. Daniel Carroll did a good job filling in the other day, but now you got your starter back. Cooper Osborne not on the field today. Still showing off at the stock show and doing well there. So we look forward to having him back as well. But Brian Salcedo will fill in for him at the hot corner. So we'll look forward to having a good game here. Once again, a doubleheader. Was going to have the second game on Tuesday, but due to circumstances, not sure exactly why, other than maybe expecting another windy day on Tuesday, you might as well play 2 of them today, and that's what's going to happen here at Norm Cash Field.
And speaking of games being played today, your Post Lady Lopes are at Morton for their district opener today, and they begin at 12 o'clock noon.
All right, so good luck to the ladies. We'll keep up with that as the game progresses as well. Other baseball games going on today, Russ. You had that, right?
Yes. So other baseball games being played today. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so Domingo Soto is out there, and he is wearing number 20 for the day. He's taking Cooper Osborne's jersey today, as we want to wish the Osbornes a safe trip back home whenever they decide to finish up over in Houston. And congratulations to Cooper on a strong stock show career, and wish him nothing the best over in the stock show world, and want to wish him the best as he comes back, and he'll take play whenever the Bowl Gold take the diamond again later next weekend, we assume. Anyway,
next Saturday, I believe. Games
being played today. Of course, us and Ropes are in a doubleheader. Morton and Sundown are also in a doubleheader. Morton's first game is scheduled at 11 a.m., and then the second game is scheduled for 1:30. Borden County is taking on Crosbyton. That game starts at 11. New Home and Seagraves will also play at 11, and Smyre and Tahoka will play at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And as we look at the games that wrapped up on Tuesday, Jim, do you still have that list?
I do, Russ. If I can file through these papers, here we go. Tuesday's games. It was Morton over Seagraves 11-1. We assume that was a single game, but they're listed here twice with the same score, which could be possible. Ira over O'Donnell 10-0. Tahoka beat Sundown 11-7. Smyre lost to Ropes 25-3, and also 19-2, which makes Ropes with a 2-0 record coming into this game. Post, of course, losing last, was it Saturday already? Or Monday? It was Monday.
We played New Home on Monday. He's now stepping into the batter's box. Is going to be number 2, the second baseman, Mason Marmolejo. Comes the pitch from Mingo. Just a bit outside for ball 1. And away we go here at Norm Cash. Ropes in the black jerseys with the white and black pinstripe pants. Here comes the pitch. Down low for ball 2. Post in the white in the white and black pinstripe jerseys and pants with the black Antelopes written across the chest. Comes the 2-0 pitch. Ball is crushed out in the left field. That ball is going. It's popped up. Is caught by Isaiah Moreno for out number 1. Now this brings up number 12, Ryland Keith, the shortstop.
All right, 1 up, 1 down. Things are looking good. The wind shouldn't be too much of a factor today, although it is blowing a little bit. It's supposed to be less than 20 miles an hour. A whole lot better than 80-mile-an-hour gusts.
Look at the direction the wind is blowing, though. Here comes the pitch. Outside for ball 1. Against, of course, normally that ball would have traveled further to the wall because the wind's blowing left to right. It just hung in the jet stream. Here comes the 1-0. Ball is crushed out into right field. That looks going foul, and it is a foul ball. Counts now even at 1-1. So again, you're in the top of the first with 1 out. Count is 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Ball is popped up. It is playable. And it goes foul as Eric Rodriguez.
It goes down as a strike, though.
Just beside him. I think the wind had an effect on that one, too.
Yeah.
All right, counts now 1-2 with 1 out. Still here in the top of the first. Here comes the pitch. Just high for ball 2. Count 2-2. Comes the pitch. It's taken down low for ball 3. It's now a full count. Again, the wind is blowing from our left to right. Comes the 3-2 pitch. Popped back, goes over the press box. Count remains at 3-2. Again, 1 out here in the top of the first. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, but it is foul tipped, I believe, according to the umpire.
So Mingo's already thrown about 8 pitches to this one batter, Ryland Keith.
Take a look, a couple of Canadian geese just having fun circling the top of the field. Here comes the 3-2 pitch, as Keith will take his base. Now batting third should be a name familiar here at Everybody Lives in Post. Is number 17, the center fielder, Track Crow.
Track's a left-handed batter as well.
Get a runner on first. Throw back to first is not in time. Runner stays at first. Here comes the 0-0. Over the head, throw down to second is not in time. Keith will stand up with a stolen base at second base. He's now in scoring position for the Eagles, as now the count is 1-0. Ryland Keith has a decent-sized lead. Ball is popped up. Domingo gets underneath it. That's out number 2.
Nice catch by the pitcher. Underhand scoop.
Now this brings up arguably one of the better athletes to come out of ropes as far as Jim and I have been calling games together. It's going to be number 15, Cade Franklin, the third baseman. Batting right-handed. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runner on second. Goes back. Pickoff is not in time, but he holds the runner at second. Here comes the 0. Runner goes. Throw to third is not in time.
Kind of in time on the one hopper.
Yeah.
Hard to handle for Saucedo. I'd give him a stolen base on that. His second one. That's Keith from second to third.
Counts now 1-0, 2 outs. Top of the first. Here comes the pitch. Taken for strike one. Again, runner on third. That's Rylan Keith. Here comes the 1-1. Ball is hit foul down the right field line. Counts now 1-2.
Russ, if I'm not mistaken, Cade Franklin at the plate right now just finished his basketball season about a week and a half ago and was named to the first team of the state championship.
Comes the 1-2. That ball is hit out into center field. No, it goes in the gap between right and center. Run, scores. Cade goes to third. The throw in will hold Cade Franklin at third base as Ropes takes a 1-0 lead.
So
there's an RBI triple. So now up to bat is going to be number 5, the designated hitter Maddox Sierra. Sorry, number 8, batting 5th. Comes the pitch, taken down low for ball 1.
Sierra is DH for Cutter Stumbo, the pitcher.
Comes the 1-0, just a bit high and outside for ball 2. So again, that's Cade Franklin standing on third base. There's 2 outs here in the top of the first. Comes the 2-0. Ball is hit out into right field, is over the head of Cam and Chaka.
Oh, ground roll double.
And it's going to be a bounce over the wall. Going to be a.
That's a ground rule double.
It's going to be a ground rule double.
Franklin comes home from third.
So now this will be number 10, Brady Bryan, the catcher. I think the wind, well, his camera now is backing up. You can tell he's playing the ball a lot closer to the fence now.
Yeah, the wind's blowing that direction, is it?
Yeah, and you can see out. Luca Perez is shaded that more to the right. Throw back to second, holds the runner at second. Here comes the 0-0. It's taken just high for ball 1. Comes the pitch. Just a bit inside for ball 2. Good so far. Mingo Soto has 20 pitches so far. Here comes the pitch. Taken for strike 1. Counts now 2-1. Comes the 2-1. Just a bit outside. Good stop by Eric Rodriguez. Counts now 3-1. Once again, that's Maddox Sierra standing on second for Ropes. They lead 2-0 here in the top of the first with 2 outs. 3-1.
Oh, yeah.
Strike 2. Counts now full count.
That was the same fastball he got the strike earlier.
All right, 2 outs now with a full count. Top of the first. Lopes looking to retire the side and stop the bleeding. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside for ball 4. Runners now at first and second. Now this should bring up number 7, batting 7th, Elijah Flores, the first baseman.
Number 5 for Ropes is coming into courtesy run, and that is Colton Mortensen.
It's again top of the first. Score 2-0 in favor of Ropes. 2 outs. Here comes the 0-0. Just high. Good jump stop catch from Rodriguez to keep that ball from going over his head and advancing the runners. Comes the 1-0. Popped back up our way over the press box for strike 1. It's going to be a foul ball. Again, runners on first and second. 2 outs. Here comes the 1-1. Ball is hit in between the gap between right field and center field as 1 run will score. They send another runner home as 2 runs score as Flores has a stand-up double. A 2 RBI double. So now this brings up number 4, Bodie Franklin, the right fielder. Once again, Bodie Franklin, the right fielder, steps in. Comes the pitch. Looks in there for ball 1. Two outs. Here comes the pitch. Ball is popped foul. It's going to land in the stands for strike 1. This game count is 1-1. Here in the top of the first, Carson Construction scores 4-0 in favor of. Oh, since the throw, miscommunication on the throw to second, as now Flores holds at third.
That's an error, Russ. Who do you give that to?
I don't know. There's just miscommunication between.
It was a good throw by the pitcher, but nobody there to catch it.
Yeah, he had the right idea, so I don't know who you give that to.
I would guess the second baseman.
Okay, now Elijah Flores stands on third. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Ball is popped back foul for strike 2. The Bull Gold's still looking to retire the side. Try to have an opportunity to do damage of their own if they can get that opportunity. They need to get the final out here first. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside for ball 2. Counts now 2-2. Comes the pitch. Ball is hit. And it is off the glove of Luca Perez. Elijah Flores comes in. And Bodie Franklin will stand up at second base.
It's going to be an error on the center fielder.
It just goes. He had the right idea with the looking to attempt the sliding catch, but it just bounced off his glove. This now brings up the left fielder, Branson Simmental. Number 9, batting ninth. So he takes ball 1 over his head.
Russ, we had the luxury of calling a ropes playoff game in basketball, and this guy, sophomore, great point guard for the Eagles.
Comes the 1-0, it's taken just outside for ball 2.
Who was it, Ropes and who?
Ropes in Reagan County.
Okay, there you go.
Battle of the Eagles versus the Owls. Comes the 2-0. That looked like a strike to me from here, but the umpire says different.
Now, Simmental's a short guy, so he's got a small strike zone.
Here comes the 3-0. Man, Simmental will take his base with a walk. So now we go back to the top of the order. It's going to be the second baseman, Mason Marmolejo.
Because the walk not too bad. That gives you a force out at any base for the third out of the inning.
Yeah, Mason popped out into left field his first time at bat. It's a throw back. The second base holds Bodie Franklin. Again, there's 2 outs. Still here in the top of the first. Comes the pitch. Ground ball to Brian Saucedo. He fields it. He steps on the bag. Side is retired. This is the Bowl Gold end, or that half inning ends with 3 hits on 5 runs, 2 runners left on base, 2 errors committed by the Bowl Gold. Carson Construction score as we start the bottom of the first is 5-0. You're listening to Post Sports Radio on YouTube.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Bowl Gold baseball here on YouTube. Russ Morris here with Jim Plumbers. We get set to start the bottom of the first, as it looked like in that first inning, Jim, that Post had an opportunity to limit the damage to 1 run, but just a couple of errors, and 4 runs later, Post starts their bottom half of the first down 5 runs.
Yeah, only on 3 hits by Ropes, by the way. Again, 2 errors against the Antelopes gives the Eagles that 5-0 lead.
So with 3 hits, would that be, I guess, 4 RBIs then? 4 or 5 RBIs?
I'd have to go down and check the, let's see, RBIs. Yeah, 3 RBIs. We had 3 walks as well. Throw that in there.
Jim and I are looking at this on Game Changer, is those errors really did a damage to Domingo Soto, as according to here, in the 9 batters the 9 batters he faced, he had 38 pitches, and 17 of them were strikes.
Bottom of the first coming up for the Antelopes, Cameron Menchaca, the right fielder tonight. Luca Perez will be second, and he'll be followed by Landon Garcia, the shortstop.
Jim, if it's going to be at night, we're going to be here a while.
No, we don't want to do that. Almost everything we do is at night, except baseball, softball.
Just thank you for joining your morning coffee with us, your brunch, whatever it is you decide to do this morning. Thank you for tuning in for doubleheader game 1 of district game number 3.
So to remind people, they can rewatch these games over and over if they choose to on our YouTube page. A lot of stuff on Facebook as well. But today we're just on YouTube again. Our streaming service doesn't like Facebook for some reason. We're still working on that.
Okay, is now Cameron Menchaca steps in at the dish. Cutter Stumbo is pitching for Ropes. Here comes the pitch. It's taken for ball 1.
Stumbo, also a basketball player, had a great series in the playoffs for the Ropes Eagles.
Here comes the 1-0. It's taken down the middle for strike 1. Is now Cameron has a chance to see it and knows what it looks like. Now he just needs to put the bat to the ball and get on base. There's a big gap out in between left field and center field. Comes the pitch, taken for ball 2. Counts now 2-1. Center fielder for Ropes is Track Crow. He's shaded a little bit towards the right field. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Outside, bounces back to the backstop. It's going to be a 3-1 count now.
Menchaca, by the way, batting .400 on the season. So we'll look for a hit here.
Comes the 3-1 pitch. It's taken for strike 2. Caught just the bottom part of the strike zone. Comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing, grounded to second base. Throw is in time. It's going to be a 4-3 out.
Who's out there in second base?
It's going to be Mason Marmolejo to Elijah Flores. Is now number 5, Luca Perez, the center fielder, will come in and bat. Landon Garcia is going to be on deck. Getting 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Ground to Flores. steps on the bag for out number 2.
All right, we've got bat on the ball. That's half the battle. He's got to put it in the right places now.
Now this brings up number 7, the shortstop, Landon Garcia.
Landon's batting .455 on the season. Missed the opening doubleheader against New Home. Glad to have him back today.
Here comes the 0-0. It's taken for strike 1.
We got a good commentator in the bleachers in front of us. You may be able to hear that.
Comes the 0-1. Landon has to lean back a little bit for ball 1.
I think our fan in front of us loves the curveball.
And if he can make solid contact, get it out between the gap out there as he's taking ball 2. If y'all can see on your screen, there's a major gap out between left and center field. Trying to locate that ball. Here comes the pitch. It's popped back foul. It's going to be an even count now at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Grounded back to third base. Throw first is in time. Side is retired. That's Cade Franklin on the throw. The side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors committed as we'll take a break and get started with the top of the second for you here on Post Sports Radio, live and free on YouTube.
Post Antelope Baseball is powered by La Isabel Boutique, a girls' boutique with clothes, accessories, and custom hair bows. The boutique is located at Avenue H in East Main. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce, serving posts in all of Garza County. Visit postcitytexas.com. The Post Methodist Church, making disciples of Jesus Christ. Antelope Wash and Dry, a clean, affordable laundromat now open at 303 South Broadway. And Happy State Bank, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Baseball live and free on Facebook and YouTube.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Bold Gold Baseball. As your Carson Construction scores, we get set to start the top of the second. Your Bold Gold is down to the Eagles, 5-0. As Jim, we were able to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, I think that's half the battle. We know we can put the bat on the ball against Stumbo, and all we got to do is put it in the right spot, and we'll get some guys on base and score some runs today.
Is now coming in to bat for Ropes is going to be number 12, Ryland Keith.
It's going to be his second time up.
What did Keith do his first time?
Let's see. He got a base on balls. He ended up scoring after a couple stolen bases.
This track crow is going to be on deck, and Cade Franklin will be in the hole. So Domingo Soto was on short rest after an inning pitched. Cutter Stumbo was very efficient as he had 12 pitches. 7 of them were strikes. Once again, your Carson Construction score is 5-0 in favor of Ropes. Now the infield is the final meeting with Domingo at the mound. As they break away as we get set to start the top of the second inning.
In the first, the Eagles had 3 hits. There were 2 errors by the Lopes and 1 left on base. Total of 5 runs for the Eagles.
Comes the first pitch to Keith. He's pegged in the back. He takes his base for a hit by pitch. Now here comes Track Crow. He steps in.
Crow, first time up in the first inning. Well, it's the last inning, of course. He flew out to the pitcher. Nice catch by Domingo Soto from the pitcher's mound.
Throw back to first is off the glove of Daniel Carroll, but he recovers in time. Ryland Keith stays on first. Crow steps back in. Comes the 0-0. It's taken for strike 1. Again here, top of the second. Counts 0-1. Throw back to Carroll is not in time. Runner stays at first.
Nice pickoff move by Soto. Just not in time. Got a runner on first who looks like he's going to try to steal.
Pickoff move. Keeps Keith at first. Counts 0-1. He goes. Throw to second with a little bit of hesitation. Is off the glove, but Keith now attempted to go, but stays as the ball is recovered by Colton Hawkins. Now Eric Rodriguez takes time, and there's a meeting at the mound between the pitcher and the catcher. Again, Ryland Keith with a stolen base stays. Is at second base in scoring position for the Eagles. Count is 1-1 for Track Crow. Here comes the pitch. Ball is popped foul. Counts now 1-2. Again, we're here in the top of the second. Runner on second. Throw back is a good throw, but Keith is safe at second.
Another good pickoff attempt by Soto.
Counts 1-2. Taken high for ball 2. Domingo's due for one. Comes the pitch, taken outside. Ball 3. It's now a full count. Comes the 3-2. Ball's popped foul as Track catches just the tip of his bat and is able to pop that ball back for a foul ball.
Got Cade Franklin on deck, hit a triple his first time up. Hopefully he'll get up again this inning.
Comes the 3-2, swing and a miss, but no, they said it's a foul tip. With how fast that ball rolled back, I'm kind of glad that wasn't a drop third strike.
He's wearing number 13. Is that Track Crow? He walks anyway. We've got him at 17. Is that right? Is that him?
Yeah. I don't have a 13 on our roster, but yeah, that looked like Track.
Okay.
Now here comes number 15, Cade Franklin. Is now runners on first and second for Ropes. Again, top of the second. Runners on first and second. Here comes the 0-0. Taken just high for ball 1. Comes the 1-0. Ball is hit out into right field. It's going to land foul.
It's one of those. It's hard to get to that spot. The second baseman couldn't get to it. Neither could Menchaca out in right field.
Puts the count now at 1-1.
If you are watching, look at deep center. You'll see the geese. Canadian geese are taking over center field.
The pitch is now grounded in between the gap between third base and shortstop. 1 run will score. So now Franklin has now a triple and a single. Make sure Carson Construction score now 6-0 in favor of Ropes. Still runners on first and second. So now at bat is number 5. Batting fifth will be number 8, Maddox Sierra, designated hitter. So again, there's no outs. Here comes the 0-0. Just a little bit inside for ball one.
Sierra got a double his first time up and ended up scoring.
It's 1-0. Here comes the pitch. Sierra has to move back just a little bit for ball two. Getting runners on first and second. Comes the 2-0. Just a bit high for ball three. Domingo shakes off that pitch. That signal. Here comes the pitch. Is grounded in between the gap between shortstop and second base. Around third. Run scores.
Got an error out in center field.
Now another run will score.
Franklin came home from first. We'll give Maddox a single on that. An error on the play takes him to second base.
This brings your Carson Construction score now 8-0. Is up to bat now is the catcher, Brady Bryan. Comes the pitch. Just a bit high, the umpire says. Ball one. Comes the 1-0. Bryan has to jump back out of the way as he takes that one for ball two. Comes the 2-0. Ball is crushed, foul down the left field line. Lands in the bullpen. For strike one. Here comes the 2-1. Catches the inner part of the strike zone for strike two. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. That's the first strikeout of the game for either side.
And the first out of the inning.
So bring up now number 7, the first baseman, Elijah Flores.
Flores had a double in the first. After an error on the base path, he scored one of the runs, 5 in the first inning.
Flores moves back a little bit, takes the first pitch for ball one. Again, we're still here in the top of the second. Comes the 1-0. Lands in the semi-parking lot out there.
That would be the parking lot, Russ. That's a little bit left of left field. Got 2 strikes.
Here comes the 1-2.
Oh.
As it hits Elijah Flores. He takes his base. Counts now 1-2. Count was 1-2. Now this will bring up number 4, Bodie Franklin.
Bodie got on an error in the first inning and then didn't make it around the base paths.
Puts some runners for ropes now at first and second. So if it's grounded just right, you can turn a double play here. Here comes the pitch.
He swung at that one. Did he call it a strike?
He looked like he called it a foul. He put his
his
hands up like it was.
All right.
Yep, counts 0-1. Comes the 0-1, taking just a bit outside for ball one. Comes the pitch. Taken. First strike, 2. Counts now 1-2. Again, still in the top of the second with 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Eagles. Comes the 1-2. Taken inside for ball 2. Here comes the 2-2. was popped right back our way.
Almost got it, Russ.
Be a foul ball. It rolls back towards the umpire.
Right to him. Can't ask for better service than that.
Here comes the 2-2. As the ball bounces back away from Rodriguez, both runners advance. Counts now 3-2. One out. Here comes the pitch. Ball's grounded right back to Colton Hawkins. No, gets away from Colton Hawkins. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score.
2 runs on the error by the second baseman.
Now this brings up number 9, batting ninth, is Branson Simmental, the left fielder. Pickoff throw holds the runner at first.
Simmental walked his first time up in the first inning. Didn't advance past first.
His first pitch is taken just a little bit high for ball 1. Comes 1-0. No, pitches. Pitcher throws back to hold Franklin at first. Count remains 1-0. Here comes the pitch. Runner goes. Ball is hit. Crushed out into left field. Is caught. It's going to be the second out. Is now Bodie has to run back to first. 2 outs now here in the top of the second.
Fly out to left field for the second out of the inning.
Now we're back to the top of the order. This is going to be number 2, Mason Marmolejo, the second baseman. Here comes the nope, pick off, holds the runner at first. Domingo shakes off. First pitch. Here comes. As Mason Marmolejo gets hit in the back. Now runners on first and second. This will bring up number 12, Ryland Keith. Comes the 0-0. Just a bit outside for ball 1.
Let's see, Keith has been on the base path twice on a walk and a hit by pitch in the last inning. Or this inning, actually.
As he takes the 1-0 for ball 2.
His second time up in the second.
There's 2 outs. As he has to lean back for ball 3. Here comes the 3-0. Ball is hit out into right field. Goes to the wall. Round. And here comes 1 run in. 2 runs in as Keith will stand at third as he slides in. His 2 runs score. It's going to be a 2 RBI triple.
Brings home Franklin. That's Bodie Franklin. He was at second. And coming in from first was Marmolejo.
Now this brings up Track Crow. Here comes the 0-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Again, there's 2 outs here in the top of the second. Comes the 0-1. Ball is hit back into right field. Cameron Machaca gets under it, and the side is retired. As the Eagles extend their lead to 12-0 is your Carson Construction scores. We get set to start the bottom of the second here for you on Post Sports Radio. You're listening live and free on YouTube.
Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
3 hits.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Bowl Gold baseball as Jim has a quick recap of that last half inning.
Well, Ropes takes the lead now, 12-0. We go to the bottom of the second. And anyway, they got 7 runs in the second on 3 hits only. A few errors by the Antelopes. We'll add that up in just a little bit. And it looks like we left 1 on base, or was that 2 out there?
I think we left 2 on base.
I'll go with 1.
Okay.
Because, it would have been Ryland Keith who hit a triple just a moment ago. He was left on the base path. So there you go. The score once again, 7-5 is the Carson Construction score. Here from David Nichols Park. And it's Norm Cash Field.
So now this brings up number 10, the left fielder, Isaiah Moreno. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6.
Real quick, Russ, I want to thank a sponsor who just jumped in the other day, Bollinger, Seegers, Gilbert & Moss, LLP. They're a full-service accounting firm committed to providing quality services to their customers. So for the first time up, Isaiah Moreno batting in the 4th slot.
Comes the 0-0 from Stumbo, just a bit outside as Isaiah takes it for ball 1.
First inning post was 3 up, 3 down. All ground balls, as a matter of fact, in the infield.
This ball is hit foul into the bullpen for strike 1.
Real important. The Antelopes get some bodies on the bases here in the bottom of the second.
Count is 1-1. Comes the pitch. Isaiah has to move out of the way a little bit for ball 2. Counts now 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Taken just on the outer corner of the strike zone for strike 2. Counts now 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Just a bit outside for ball 3. That's a good take. Counts now a full count. Here comes the 3-2. Good contact. Goes foul. Straightens that out. He'd be standing on base.
Moreno comes into the game batting .444. Not bad.
Here comes the 3-2. Just a bit inside, and Moreno will take his base.
There you go. Get things rolling here.
So now this brings up Eric Rodriguez, the catcher. So we'll go finally have their first base runner of the day.
Rodriguez is looking to improve his batting average of 100, so hopefully this will come in a good time for him.
Comes the pitch. As a bunt is going to be popped up. As Moreno didn't see it, it's going to be a double play.
My goodness. Okay, so fly out to the pitcher on a bunt attempt. He throws it to 3 for the DP.
Now this brings up first baseman Daniel Carroll. There's already 2 outs now here in the bottom of the second.
Heads up play by Stumbo on the pitcher's mound.
Here comes the 0-0 to Carroll. Oh, catches the inner part of the zone for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Here comes the 0-2. Carroll has to lean back. It's going to go in there for a ball. Counts now 1-2 here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. Here comes the 1-2. As Daniel Carroll strikes out, look inside, is retired as Antelopes were able to get on base with a walk, but no hits, no runs, no runners left on base. As your Carson Construction score remains 12-0 as we get set to start the top of the 3rd inning. Listen to Post Sports Radio live and free on YouTube.
We play the greatest country music ever recorded. Tune in anytime and anywhere to KSSL 107.3, 94.1, KSSLFM.com, and on our free mobile app. All your favorites are here.
Hi, I'm Alan Jackson.
Hi, this is Mark Chestnut.
Hi, I'm Clint Black.
We've got them all.
Hi, this is Ronnie Millsap.
Hi, this is Patty Loveless.
Hi, everybody, this is Garth Brooks.
Hey, this is George Strait.
I've been listening to this radio station forever.
Proud supporters of high school sports. We are KSSL.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Bowl Gold Baseball. As your Carson Construction score is still 12-0 in favor of the Ropes Eagles over the Bowl Gold. So we get set to start the top of the 3rd. As now I believe we have a new pitcher out there. On the mound, I believe it's going to be Cameron Menchaca. No, Jax.
Jax Perez.
I didn't see the 8. I just saw.
He's wearing number 8. On our roster says Sawyer Mackey. It is Jax, though?
Yes.
Okay. Assuming he'll be put in the 10th spot and be DH 4. We're not sure yet until we make the round in the lineup.
Let's see if there's any changes out on the remaining out on the field. I don't see any.
So Perez comes in the top of the 3rd.
So he come, yeah. Let's see what the young freshman can do.
We got a pitch count on what Soto had. Let's see if I can figure this out. Yeah.
Last I checked, Jim, I believe he had 70-something pitches.
Okay.
Of course, that's what it said on Game Changer. Still, everybody looks to be the same. Still going to be Eric Rodriguez catching.
Go ahead and go around.
It's going to be Brian Saucedo still at 3rd base. Daniel Carroll at 1st. Landon Garcia still at shortstop. Colton Hawkins still at 2nd base. That's still Luca Perez out in center field. Isaiah Marino out in left. And I believe I didn't see the back of his jersey, but that still looks like Cameron Menchaca out in right field. Now coming up to bat, it's going to be number 15, Cade Franklin.
All right, Franklin in the 3rd inning now, right?
Yes.
3rd baseman had a triple to start the game off and also had a base hit in the 2nd inning. Scored twice.
Now the infielders go back to their positions. And away we go here in the top of the 3rd. Here comes the pitch. Taken inside for ball 1.
Don't have any pitching stats on Jax Perez. So it's maybe just a few pitches he's pitched at all this year.
Franklin takes the 1-0 for a ball. Counts now 2-0.
Jax usually wears number 2.
The ball is popped short, stays in the infield. Daniel goes off the glove of Daniel Carroll. It's going to be an E3 as Cade Franklin stands on first. Now this brings up number 23 now, Cannon Buckner.
23.
He's in there for Maddox Sierra. comes the pitch. It's taken for strike one.
I wonder if Cannon has a good arm.
Here comes it. Nope. Pick off. Attempt keeps Franklin at first.
Who's Cannon hitting for?
Maddox Sierra.
Okay.
Pick off holds. Cade Franklin at first base. You wonder if he's got a good arm or wonder if he's got good eyes like those cameras, the Canon cameras. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, it has a good curve, but said it was a little bit too much inside for the umpire. Counts now 1-1. Comes the 1-1. Ball is crushed. Foul down the left field line. Counts now 1-2. Franklin trots back to first base. Pickoff attempt keeps Franklin at first. Once again, we're here in the top of the third. Your Carson Construction score is still 12-0 in favor of Ropes. Counts 1-2 with no outs. Pitches hit in the right field line, goes foul. Count remains at 1-2. And Chalk is able to throw it back. Pick-off attempt keeps Franklin at first. Here comes the 1-2. Just a bit low and outside for ball two. Counts now 2-2. Getting no outs here in the top of the third. Here comes the pitch. Curve is high, but it goes over the head of Buckner. It's a full count now at 3-2. Getting runner on first. Pitch is hit out, a little blooper out into, call that left field. Buckner stands on first with a single. Runner advances to second. This brings up for Brady Bryan. It's going to be number 1, Braden Hogg. Again, we're still in the top of the third with no outs. Here comes nope. Jax throws back to Hawkins at second to keep Franklin at second base. Getting no outs. Here in the top of the third, runners on first and second. Here comes the 0-0. Hogg moves out of the way for ball one. And Hogg is batting for number 10, Brady Bryan. Here comes the 1-0. He's in there for strike one.
Nice framing job by Rodriguez on that catch behind the plate. Convinced the umpire to call that a strike.
Hogg wasting no time getting back in the box. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike two. Braden Hogg, Jr., was first-team All-District utility last year. Here comes the 1-2.
Almost hit him.
Almost. Counts now 2-2. Getting no outs here in the top of the third. Here comes the 2-2. Just a bit outside for ball three. It's now a full count. Here comes the 3-2. Hogg will stand on first with the bases loaded now. Now coming up to bat, it's going to be number 7, Elijah Flores, first baseman. Again, bases loaded, top of the third, no outs. Carson Construction score is still 12-0. Here comes the pitch. Popped back, foul.
Number 7 at the plate had a double his first time up. Got on an error in the second inning, scored both times.
Number 0, Radley Partington is on deck. Here comes the 0-1. Just a bit outside for ball 1. Getting no outs here in the top of the third. Here comes the 1-1. Just a bit outside, but good stop and recovery by Rodriguez to keep that ball from rolling back any farther. Counts now 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Counts back even at 2-2. And no outs. Top of the third. Count is 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Ball bounces away from Rodriguez. He gets it back to Perez and throws not in time. 1 run. Scores. Runners advance to second and third. Count is now 3-2. Carson Construction score is now 13-0 in favor of Ropes. Again, a full count. Top of the third. Oh, he takes his base and the bases are loaded again.
You liked that pitch, didn't you?
Yeah, is now in comes for Bodie Franklin is going to be number 0, Radley Partington, the junior. Here comes the 0-0. It's taken for strike 1.
(13-0) score. That's Carson Construction score. Top of the third.
No outs. Here comes the 0-1. Slaughter's just a bit high for ball 1. Here comes the 1-1. Good action on the breaking ball for strike 2. Here comes the 1-2 from Perez. Taken down low for ball 2. Counts back even again. Here comes the 2-2. Catches him looking for strike 3.
First out of the inning for the Antelopes.
So now this brings up Branson Simmental. Force is now still at every bag, but a double play can get you out of the inning without adding a run to the board.
Simmental's 0 for 1. He walked his first time up. Second time up, he flew out to looks like left field.
As he takes first pitch for ball 1. Here comes 0-1 is grounded. Back to Garcia. Throw to second is in time. He's out, so that's out number 2. 1 run does come across and score. So now the runners are at the corners for Mason Marmolejo now.
Let's see. Is that Hogg on third?
Yes. Well.
Nope.
No.
Flores?
No, Hogg came across and scored.
Okay.
As Marmolejo swings and misses for strike one. That is number 1 on base. That's Braden Hogg. Yeah, you're right, Jim. That was Braden Hogg at third.
So he hadn't scored
Sorry.
yet. Okay. Had 2 runs this inning?
Yes. Here comes the 0-1. Taken outside for ball 1. Counts 1-1. Runner goes. Ground is between the legs of Brian Saucedo. 1 run scores. The throw back gets away from Brian Saucedo, but is recovered by Jax. Score is now, your Carson Construction score is now 15-0. This brings up number 12, Ryland Keith.
I'm 1 batter off here.
First pitch is taken for strike 1. His on base is Marmolejo at second and Simmental at third.
Okay.
Here comes the pitch. Taken inside. No, it's a hit by pitch. It's a dead ball, so Simmental have to trot back to third. So now the bases are loaded once again. Now this brings up number 5, Colton Mortensen. Senior was first team all-district outfielder last year.
He's hitting for Track Crow.
Yes. Bases loaded once again. Here comes the 0-0. Taken for ball 1. Comes the 1-0. Swing is popped back in. Comes the pitch. Just inside for for strike 2.
Nice off-speed pitch by the freshman pitcher.
Here comes the 1-2. Just a bit high for ball 2. Counts now even at 2-2. Here with 2 outs. Lopes looking to get out of a jam. Here comes the 2-2. As Mortensen has to lean back just a little bit for ball 3, is now a full count. Here comes the 3-2. It's grounded in between the gap between third base and short. 2 runs score. Carson Construction score is now 17-0.
So if I'm not mistaken, Cade Franklin started. What was that?
That was a Red Bull can flew out the window. Okay. As a loose ball gets away from Rodriguez, another run is going to come in and score.
It's Ryland Keith coming in from third base on the pass ball.
The runner advances to second. Count is 1-0. Again, there's 2 outs. Here in the top of the third. Ground back to Saucedo. Throw to first is in time. Side is retired.
Yes. Nice play by Saucedo, a 5-3 put out for the final out of the inning.
So your Carson Construction score at the end of Ropes' half of the third is 17-0. Well, we'll go for the situation here at the bottom of the third right after this.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Bowl Gold baseball for Game 1 of the doubleheader between Ropes and Post. Is your Carson Construction score? Well, it's either 17 or 18, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
As either way, Post needs to score. If it's 17-0, Post has to score 3. Yep, they have to score 3 runs in order to avoid being run ruled in the third inning. If it's 18, they have to score 4 in order to avoid being run ruled after the third inning. So the rule is it's either 15 after 3 or 10 after 5.
And I'm just looking at my scorebook, my chicken scratch, showing that they do have 18 runs.
And I'll change that. So
And so does Game Changer as well.
Quick score update over in Morton. Your Lady Lopes lead the Lady Indians 2-0 in the top of the first. Well, with only 1 out, 2 Lopes are in scoring position at second and third. Here comes the pitch. Ball is popped up over
Be out of play.
the left field line. Lands in the bullpen. Is up to bat is number 4, Colton Hawkins.
First time up today, unfortunately. Caden has a low batting average, trying to get his stats up here.
Here comes the 0-1, taken for strike 2.
So it's been 3 up, 3 down in the first 2 innings for the Lopes.
He takes the 0-2 for ball 1.
And old Cutter Stumbo doing well on the mound for the Eagles.
Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hawkins strikes out swinging. As now in comes Brian Saucedo.
Of course, his first time up. Brian, number 26, looking to improve his batting average as well. He's got a home run swing. When he meets that ball, it's gone. Ooh.
He has to duck out of the way, as that's a wild breaking ball that broke. Maybe didn't even really break. It just goes too far outside for ball 1. No. Here comes the 1-0 for Saucedo. Swing is crushed back, foul ball for strike 1.
Daniel Young on deck. He is DHing for the pitcher today.
Now here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Saucedo goes out swinging. This brings up Daniel Young, and now Post is up to their last out. Here comes the 0-0. Daniel Young fouls over the left field line, left field wall, left field foul wall. If that makes sense for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Taken down the middle for strike 2.
Got to take a look at how many pitches Stumbo has thrown. It's not many.
Number 1.
Yeah, it'll be the 15-run rule, mercy rule. So it looks like 18-0 is the final score.
So I'm just looking at to make sure. Yes, that's going.
So we're going to talk about
to
next
do
game.
It.
Next game, doubleheader once again, is coming up next. Supposed to be the visiting team. And we should, let's see, what was I going to say? It's supposed to take a 30-minute break, but that was if we would have played until, 11 o'clock?
12.
To 12. So, yeah, it's already 11:30. Probably no later than noon we'll start this game. Otherwise, we'll start it at it should be about 12. So we'll take a break. Right, Russ? We'll take one and come back for game 2 of this doubleheader, Ropes and Post, at David Nichols Park. on Norm Cash Field. Final score once again, Ropes 18, Post 0 is the final Carson Construction score.
Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
Welcome back to Post Antelope Baseball, a Post Sports radio presentation, live and free on Facebook and YouTube. This broadcast is made possible by Garza County Animal Hospital, a family atmosphere for family pets. KSSL Radio, playing the greatest country music ever recorded. The Will and Crystal Osborne family, proud supporters of the Bold Gold Nation. The Post Independent School District, we are Bold Gold. Carson Construction, Post owned and operated. Call 806-626-3811. Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, the newspaper of record for Garza County since 1926. The Dispatch is the corporate sponsor of Post Sports Radio. Post Family Dentistry, small town values, state-of-the-art care. And now, here's Bold Gold Wrap-Up Show on postsportsradio.com.
Welcome back to the Post Sports Radio wrap-up show of Doubleheader game number 1. As our game 1 just went final, this district game number 3 is your Bowl Gold fall to the Eagles of Ropes. 18-0 is now the Bowl Gold. Now have a district record of 0-3 and are now 4-8 on the years. I now have an update over in Morton as we head to the bottom of the first over in Morton. Your Lady Lopes lead the Lady Indians 6-0 as so far. Zaylee Perez has 2 RBIs. She leads the way in RBIs. Amberly Garza is 1 for 1 with 1 run scored. And just an all-around solid day at the bases for the Lady Lopes. As Jim has a quick recap of how the game went earlier today.
We are in Norm Cash Field. This baseball game went quickly in 3 innings. The mercy rule ran into effect. And 18-0 final Carson Construction score. Ropes Eagles over the Post Antelopes. As far as runs, it went Post 0, of course, none in 3 innings. But for Ropes, it was 5 in the first, 7 in the second, 6 in the third. Total of 18 runs on 8 hits and 7 errors on the Bold Gold Antelopes. As far as stats, of course, nothing on the offensive side for the Antelopes. So we'll take a quick look at some of the guys for Ropes who look pretty good. Let's see, it looks like number 8, Baddock Sierra, had 2 hits. And number 12, that would be Rylan Keith, had a hit. These may not be totally correct because who was, let's see, Bodie Franklin? Who am I thinking? Cade Franklin, number 15, had just 1 hit. I have him down for 2. So these are not correct stats, so we'll just skip them for now. Anyway, it looks like if you had to pick a player of the game, it'd be Cade Franklin. He had a triple in the first inning and a base hit later.
He had a triple and a single. So he had a triple and a single. Now, of course, depending on how you want to categorize that single, you could categorize. I remember that one in particular. I categorize it as a hit, but somebody could have, whoever's in charge of Game Changer could say it was an error because Because you could argue that he should have made a play on the ball.
Yeah, whoever's in charge of the stats, and it's not us, obviously. All right, let's go ahead and say bye for now. We will be back in less than a half hour for Game 2 of this doubleheader against Post and Ropes here at Norm Cash Field in Post, Texas.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Take a break and let Post Family Cleaners take care of the laundry. Family Cleaners is Post hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. Whether it's dry cleaning, wash and starching, laundry service, or alterations, Post Family Cleaners has you covered. Let Post Family Cleaners make your life a bit easier. Go by 111 West Main Street or call 806-495-0777 to get details. That's 806-495-0777. Post Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post.
All broadcasts in all and any media form provided by PostSportsRadio.com are the sole property of Post Sports Enterprises with the permission of the Post Independent School District. Any retransmission of any of these broadcasts, whether partial or in its entirety, for commercial or personal use, without express written consent of the Post Sports Enterprises and Post ISD is strictly prohibited. Any violations of these broadcast rights will be strictly enforced and upheld as allowed by local, state, and federal statutes, ordinances, and laws. We hope you enjoyed this post-high school event exclusively on PostSportsRadio.com.